Hi, morning, guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, Krista.
Yes, we
Oh,
can.
okay. I wasn't hearing why. All right. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to give it about another 5 minutes or less for others to join before we proceed.
Okay, I think we can go ahead. One more minute. We have 24 people or more here already, so to be respectful for their time, I think we can start in a minute.
All right, let's kick off. Welcome, guys. Thank you for taking your time today, this morning rather, in joining us. We have a special presentation geared up for you where you're going to learn about the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, a very informative information session. Now, you can ask questions at any point in the at any point in the presentation during the chat window on the right. We will be selecting from time throughout the course to ask the questions that you have. Um, estimating the presentation is about an hour, and we're also recording the event that we can share with you afterwards. At the end of the event, we're going to ask you to stay as we move over to a virtual experience that we've created especially for you. I know I'm a bit excited about that platform. In addition to that, there are lots of prizes to be won, so be sure to pay attention, listen closely, because you're going to be a lucky winner today. Ready to be experts in managing Microsoft 365 console? Our special guest speaker today is Mr. Thiago. Thiago, you're going to have to step in here. I don't want to pronounce your name incorrectly.
Okay, hello everyone
Okay,
and
help
good
me out
morning.
here.
I totally understand you. My name has an Italian origin and it's really hard to pronounce, but it's said crude, so it's kind of easy. You can pronounce it in English. It just doesn't have the same meaning. So thank you so much, Krista, and it's a pleasure to be with you guys here. And today we're going to have, as you point out, a very different and informative session that is going to be focused on Microsoft 365 Admin Center. So the idea would be that we will take a look, especially in the features that are really important to our clients. So we're going to check every specific point that you could use as an advantage that is interesting for you to know, for you to be ready to talk to our clients and for you to understand what is possible for an admin to do. Okay. And so I hope you guys enjoy it. Before we go into the demo, I would like you to talk to you guys about the main concept. So before we go into that, we're gonna get an overview for the products that we offer for productivity in Microsoft Office as a whole, review the admin concepts, and then we go right into the demo. Afterwards, we're going to have a Q&A, and then a really interesting contest that I loved, and an awesome virtual experience that is really a trend today, and I strongly invite you guys to be part of. So let's don't waste any time and let's jump right into it. Let me know if you guys have any trouble seeing my screens or any trouble hearing my voice. We can adjust as we go. And as I mentioned, this is going to be a different session since it's not truly a presentation. It's going to be like totally demo focused. I want to show you guys how things work. Okay, so let's begin with the overview. It's really important that we understand the two main products that we have today for companies, especially for SMBs. So we have Microsoft 365 Business Standard and Office Home and Business 2019. So let's jump right into them to understand what they offer and how the admin role relates to that. Because this is important. Business has evolved. Now we need to work together and we need to collaborate. This is really important. And we'll begin reviewing what we have with Microsoft 365 Business Standard. So we bring you a product that is for one person, but it can be installed in up to 5 PCs or Macs and up to 5 tablets or smartphones, what we call like mobile devices. It's an annual subscription, which is a change, and we get exclusively monthly updates and new features included all the time. One of the new features that you guys can see like right away live is subtitles on PowerPoint. So I'm using subtitles, as you can see, to speak in English and have my subtitles describing English. It's not truly perfect, but it can be like 99% accurate. So this is one of the main features. The other features that you guys can see that I'm using in my presentation is, for example, the morph feature that goes into the PowerPoint. You guys can see that I'm using like animations that the characters and the words like transform during my transitions. This is all new features that you can find in Microsoft 365. And so we can get like a true view of the whole package. Let's review it. We have Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, along with Outlook, composing the productivity core of our solution. We have OneDrive for the sharing file solution with 1 TB for cloud storage. It's really interesting and really safe. This is really important nowadays. Point out and understand that we are using a really, really safe solution. We have the business services with Exchange and SharePoint, and of course, we have Microsoft Teams. I would have to say one of the most important apps of the year, and one of the apps that I want to extend the demo on Microsoft 365 Admin to show you guys some of the features that you can find when acting as an admin for Microsoft Teams specifically. Okay. Um, and let's move on. Comparing the products, it's really important to understand the differences and how they can be attractive to different types of customers according to what we want. Okay, so it's really important to understand the Office Home and Business 2019 has a one-time cost, which is really attractive for some of the profiles that we have among our clients. So we need to understand what we offer in both solutions to truly understand what we can tell our clients to go with, right? And we need to understand also that Office Home and Business 2018, although it doesn't have like the cloud services, OneDrive, it has many new features. It's not that when we say classic apps, when we say that Office Home and Business 2018 brings Excel, Outlook, PowerPoint, and Word, it brings many, many new features, including the morph feature that I'm using with this presentation. So don't hesitate to understand that and to point out to your clients, of course. One of the examples that I love is the learning tools on Word, where you can help kids with the learning process. There's the focus mode that helps understand and read a lot better. So don't lose that opportunity to understand the main new features that we have inside the products. Okay, and don't miss, of course, the new opportunities that we have. So recently, Microsoft released a free Microsoft Teams version for commercial use. And this version can promote collaboration when it's used with, interacting with Office Home and Business 2019. So you guys should totally enjoy and enable your clients when you're talking about Office Home and Business 2018 in collaborating and and enabling remote work using the free version of Microsoft Teams that is made for commercial purposes. Okay, so don't miss that opportunity. It's really important that you guys understand. Of course, that to get the full benefit of Teams, you have to purchase a license of Microsoft 365 Business Standard, but for home and business customers that don't want Microsoft 365, we offer this free option so we can have collaboration and remote work in all the fronts. Okay, it's really important to understand that they are different. Okay, the free version is different from the paid version. I think one of the main differences is the user file storage that we offer 2 GB for the free version, and we get 1 TB in the paid version because it's connected to OneDrive. So it's really important to understand that. And another thing to keep in mind when you're trying to remember what are the differences is that you can record calls using the paid version of the Microsoft Teams, as we are doing right now, and you cannot record calls when you're using the free version. And I have some the last thing about free Microsoft Teams. I know right now we have a limit of 45 minutes for calls that you schedule, but we are preparing the environment to have this time unlimited. So really great news. Okay. With that overview, let's move on because I would like to talk to you about the concepts of the Microsoft 365 admin. So first of all, it's important that we are on the same page and we understand what we're trying to point out in the presentation. Okay, what is an admin center? What is an admin for Microsoft 365? So admin center, it's a portal where you can when you can manage many things that an admin usually do in an environment. So you can manage applications, services, data, devices in some cases, and even users and Microsoft 365 services. So it's important to understand that it's a tool to simplify IT management with Microsoft 365. Okay, so for those of you who want to follow up the demo or try to follow up the steps and try to understand where all the features are, or are just curious about your role inside the Microsoft 365 environment that you are in right now, in the case that you are in, you can log in at admin.microsoft.com with your admin account. Okay, you just select the app initializer icon on the upper left corner and choose administrator. Okay, the administrator tile is just displayed only for people with administrator permissions. So this is a great way to check if you have an admin profile or if you don't. If you don't see the tile, you can also try to click on more apps to see all the apps that you have access in your plan. And you can see that if you have an administrator app, so you can see if you're actually an administrator, and of course this is a fun way to check it, and I'm inviting you guys to follow up the demo with me, but I would like to show you guys how we control that, how we can create the admins, how you can check the list of admins, how you can define the specific roles for each one of them, and we have mobile apps to make that easy also, so you can download in any Android or App Store the Microsoft 365 admin app, so you can interact with the app in a more mobile way. Let's say that way. Okay. So I finally arrived in the slide where I'll demonstrate some of these features to you. I know that you guys are here today to see how things work and to see how the clients see their interface, how they control their things. When we promise them control over identity and users and all that stuff, I want to show you guys what we mean by that. Okay, so this is really important. With that, we'll jump from the PowerPoint through my browser. Okay, so I'm using a modern browser, and you can access, of course, admin.microsoft.com from any modern browser. Okay, I'm using the new Edge that is based on Chromium. Uh, it's really great for me to use and to interact. It's really clean and really fast. And What you guys are seeing right now, it's the admin portal homepage. So what you have to do is log in with admin.microsoft.com. You will be welcome in the homepage. And in the homepage, what you can see in the upper right corner, all the things that you are used to see in every design or of every interface of Office apps. So you have, of course, the link for your profile, a link for help, so you can open tickets. You have a link for quick settings, so you can change your theme. You can change the language and time zone, so you clients don't worry about creating environments that are on Spanish or English. We can provide environments that are really quick to change and adapt to the needs of our clients, and many other shortcuts as you can see. Of course, in the left side, you can see the menu that we are used to. This menu is sometimes minimized like this. So all you have to do, you see your icons, is just click on the hamburger icon. For those of you who don't know, this icon is called hamburger icon because it's supposed to be a hamburger or a mini hamburger. You can click on the hamburger icon and you see many options in the menu for the admin center. So this is all the things you use to, on the daily basis, administrate and manage your Microsoft 365 tenant. Okay, so this is really important. One of the interesting things for admins, of course, is the dark mode. This is a really interesting demonstration of how we are worried about comfort, and we know that the usage of this kind of solutions brings a lot of pressure on admins and users, and all the features that you can find in every Microsoft solutions, even the simplest one like dark mode, can be found everywhere. So you can find it here in Admin Center. So the first thing I would like to show you is jump right into the left menu, and let's talk about users, which is the main thing. When you buy Microsoft 365 Business Standard, you are buying also an Azure Active Directory. So you have Active Directory, control of identities in the cloud. And you can control that, of course, from the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. What you have to do, of course, you can click on users, and here you have some options: active users, which is your list of your active users; contacts, which are contacts or outside contacts that you can fill up and fill in and have inside your tenant as just a contact for the tenant itself. Because one of the benefits of working with 365 is, of course, that you can, in any application, just look for any person in the company. In Microsoft, we can click on the Teams bar and just search such another, and we have like full access to the CEO. So this is the whole idea. A contact could be searched inside the tenant, but that's it. And of course, guest users and deleted users. These are the main options when we're talking about users. But I'd like to show you guys, of course, active users. So what our client can see, and here we are using as an example a company that has 25 seats, so 25 employees. In this tenant, I have 25 licenses installed, and I have 23 employees. So it's like a really common example that you can find everywhere. And of course, the first thing that you can notice on the active users screen is the list for all the users and some options for you to manage those users. So the list is very comprehensive. You have, first of all, a display name for the famous Adele Vance, which is just a list that we use to demonstrate environments to our clients and make sure they know what they're getting. They feel comfortable looking at it. They can see how they will see the names of their employees. So it's really important that we get used to this interface, okay? And you can have like some really smart shortcuts. You can reset a password, of course. You have the username right here. You can check which licenses are for Adele, and right now she doesn't have any licenses, so she's just a user with no licenses. I made this on purpose to show you guys. And of course you can see the status for all the other, all the other users. Okay, so this is really important. What are the options that you have when you're going to create a user? And here we have the opportunity to look into two main aspects, which is creating a common user, a user for an everyday employee, and of course, how admin users work right here, how you can have admin roles and how you can set up that. So of course, you have the shortcut for add users. You can create user templates. So you don't waste any time creating like the details that I'm going to show you right now. And of course, you can do this process in batches. So you can add multiple users, which makes much more sense in the universe that we are living right now. And you have like many other options. You can set up multi-factor authentication, which I strongly recommend. You can delete a user, refresh the screen, reset passwords, export list of users, and synchronize with Active Directory in case you are checking, you are seeing any unsyncs or any different information between the two platforms. Okay. And so what I want to show you guys is how to add a user. And before we do that, let me show you how it's really easy to understand which are the admins inside a client that, for example, already has the tenant set up, so you can help them understand that. You can easily filter any type of user here. So let's check which of the employees have global admin access, so they can do everything right here. So our global admins in our demo are Asaya, Lydia, Mega, myself as a mod administrator, and Nestor. So it's really easy to use. You can clear the filter right here to understand which of the employees and which of the users are doing which role. Okay, I get asked this a lot for in calls with clients. How can I understand what my role is? How can I understand how many admins I have in my company? I want to know that. So here you can find that. And of course, as I said, you can add a user, and this is a really interesting one. I hope you guys can see that. Um, so first of all, you can fill up like really common information. So my name and my last name, my actual username, so you can choose the actual username for your new employee. And this is the first interesting option. You can auto generate a password, or you can create a password according to the policies of the client or the company. So this is an open field. Let's try out the generate password for right now. And first of all, you can require this user to change the password when they first sign in, which is a recommended practice. So this is safety by design and privacy by design. Okay. And of course, you can ask the system to send yourself an email upon email completion, so you can know when your employee just completed the whole change of the password step. So what's the next step? Of course, you can select any location on any geographics. So let's look here for our main thing, Jamaica. Just a second. So right here you can choose, and this is the first step. So my tenant right here, I can see that my tenant has um, 25 licenses available. And then right now, assigning this one, I'll still have 2 licenses free, available for me to sign for other users. So this is helping control the licenses, and this is how you can assign a license that is already a part of your tenant. Okay. If I unclick this, I can see that the license gets back up here to my tip. And of course, you can have the option to create a user without a product license. So you can prepare the environment before, but we don't recommend that. It's really healthy to create a users with the licenses already set up. And you saw that the app options that I had down here just vanished because I'm not signing up any licenses. So this is the first option when you're, of course, trying to assign a license to the user right away. So in this case, I'm assigning the user this license that I set up, and you can see that right here, there's differences, there is control. So you can choose inside the license that we are offering to this user what we want them to have. So this guy,
Tiago,
okay,
how would you like to work the Q&A? Right at this moment or after your demo? We have a question from George.
I would love to hear it. I would love to hear it.
Okay, he says licenses refer to a team license or office license.
Office license, great question. Great question. So this is an office license. And Teams is supposed to be an option inside this, like forms and all the options. Okay, so great question. Right here, I can choose to not offer, for example, inside this Microsoft 365 pack has many applications. I can choose to not offer Microsoft Teams for this specific user. So great question, and really tuned with my demo right here. So of course we're gonna give Teams to this new user. I'm creating a user to myself, and you can have like many other options. So you have control, okay. So this is really important. And the next step is a really interesting one. So here you can check, and this is gonna open your mind when you try to understand many questions our customers have about types of admins, what an admin can do, how am I going to set up this right here? I have too many global admins inside my company. This is not healthy. This is exactly the moment that you can choose that. Okay, so right here, I can create a user with no admin access. Okay, and of course, an admin center access. And you can be a global admin exactly how I am right now. I can see all the options and I can manage all the features inside the platform. Okay. Only a global admin can create or activate new licenses, for example. I get asked a lot about that. So you have to be global admin to do that. Why is that? Because the other types of admin, of course, don't consider that role. Okay, so the Exchange admin is supposed to admin only Exchange related stuff. You know, the help desk admin is only to supposed to administrator to manage help desk requests, and so on. A SharePoint admin and a Teams service admin. You can create like inside the company a global admin and a specific person just to manage the team services. This person will not have like the bill and access, will not have all the options that I'm seeing right now. Okay, so this is really important. This is why we can find differences. Okay, when we're talking with clients of different types and that have different solutions implemented. This is an option for the admin, so it's really important. And of course, if you choose to create a global admin, you start to get some recommendations. So for example, you can see that as I chose to create myself as a new global admin, I just received a warning because my organization has more than 5 global admins, and of course, he tries to recommend the more the right thing to do. So global admins are attacked twice as often as other accounts. So you should always have a fewer than 5, so you can protect data and device the right way. This is why we have like the options to create like mini admin roles so you don't risk the platform as a whole. So it's safety and privacy as a design. Okay, and right here, right up here, you saw the main options. You have many other options, so you can fine tune exactly what's the purpose of this user. If it's a Power BI admin, if it's a search editor, if it's a Skype for Business admin that's doing some migration from the platform in the past. So don't hesitate to understand all the options you have when you're creating and admin users. A billing admin, you can have a person. For example, you can create an admin for the financial department just for the billing admin so they can pay all the stuff, and be responsible for what they're supposed to be responsible for, billing and stuff like that. So many options that you have in this almost last step. And of course, in the last step, when you click on finish or next right here, you will have like a whole review of all the things that you chose, so you can see if it's what you want to do, and finish adding these users. Okay. I hope I brought some understanding to the process of creating users, the types of admins that you can have inside a platform, how you can create types of admins, so you can create a health environment right here inside the Microsoft 365 tenant. So it's really easy. And before we jump into the next topic, I would like to solve Adele's Vance problem. So as you guys saw, I have Adele as an example, and she doesn't have any licenses assigned to her. So how could we do that in a really easy way, in a really fast way? I could just click on Adele's name. I'll get like a dashboard with everything that's related to her username, her last sign in, her last sign out, all the groups that she's in, all the roles that she has. She's no admin, so this is right here, right now. We have the licenses and apps that are on her account, and we don't have any right now. And you guys can see how easy it is to do that. So all I have to do is to point my jail right here. So let's suppose she's working from, I don't know, let's keep it Brazil. Let's suppose she's working from Brazil, and right here I can just choose my license, and we can see that we have one of the licenses available. After I chose to assign to her, I also have a shortcut for the same choices that I had on the main services, on the main screen that I used to add a user, and I could just save changes. Okay, let's do it right here, since we didn't create the user, so you guys can see how it's really not that complicated. You can just do it, and your changes have been saved. So this is done. Okay, she just got an email warning her that she's in. She just has been released. You can plan that communication ahead, of course, and do it the best way that is supposed to fit the scenario that you find in your specific environment.
Theo, we have a really good question from George. He says, when you get to the security part, has this platform ever been infected with the ransomware? Any incidents in past?
No, no. So this is all running in Microsoft Cloud Services. You can find many documentations about the commitments that we have about safety and security. So this is one of the reasons that we recommend like a true identity centralized environment and solution that uses Microsoft AI and commitment with security, using considering the existence of Microsoft Security Center and all the investment that Microsoft does in security. So you can be sure that you are getting the safest solution ever, the safest solution available. One of the examples that we have really recent is that we were certified by the Pentagon. So we are one of only two companies in the world that have been certified by the Pentagon to work with government projects in the U.S. So this really shows how much or how safe a Microsoft Cloud and AI is right now. So this is one of the benefits that you get when you get a Microsoft Cloud-based productivity solution. Okay, I'll show you guys some of the places that you can follow up on that the security center, and how you can leverage all the features that you have on Microsoft 365 using, for example, the compliance center. So this is really important. Microsoft Compliance Center offers many many possibilities for many geographies to choose documentations that are according to their laws and are according to what is needed to implement the solutions in that specific scenario. So don't hesitate to visit. Please search Microsoft Compliance Center, and you will find our website with divisions for for different countries and all that kind of stuff. And you can check if you need any specific ISO, if you need an EU specific compliance offer that Microsoft has. Okay. I'm really happy about the robust and safe solution that we offer using this. Okay, so part of the safety recommendations that we have and the statements and commitments that we have are, for example, that warning that we made about creating many global admins so everyone can do everything inside the system. I know that systems that are not designed with that in mind can be tricked to be managed only by admins, and of course, this is not recommended. So it goes from the design part all the way to the commitments that we have with Compliance Center and all the documentation that we have on 365. There's actually a center that helps you understand if your privacy and safety are really up to date or not, and what are the next steps that we recommend. Okay. So one of the good ways to achieve that, or to achieve that kind of control and that kind of safe net, it's of course the definitions of active groups. So here you can see I have all the expected groups that you can find inside a company. So you have all the company, all the employees for the main policies, you know. So who's gonna get all the emails that the corp sends about branding? Like everyone, those corporate messages. That's why we have all employees in our users groups, and you can divide that on and on using usually the departments of a company as a starting point. So you can have like business development and executives and finance team and legal team, and have a specific definitions for each one of these groups. These are the same groups that will appear on your Outlook. These groups can appear on Teams also, and these groups are created on SharePoint also. So this is just one way to create a group inside a Microsoft solution. Okay. So don't miss that. Don't miss that opportunity to explain to your clients how you can create a group, assign members, check all the members, and define the specific settings that we want for this group. If this group is going to be private or public, if we're going to allow this group to allow external senders to send emails to these specific groups, and how we're going to set Microsoft Teams for each one of them. And you can see when you using a group and you try to manage Microsoft Teams, it recommends you to use Microsoft Teams Admin Center. And this is the feature that I want to show you guys before we have our contest and our virtual experience. Okay, so before we go into the Teams admin itself, I'll just click on billing so you can see all the controls that you have. So you can see all the licenses and all the bills and payments, all the payment methods that can be inscribed or subscribed. And the screen that I recommend you guys to click on and check, where you can see everything that you have. It's your products, of course. So here I can see the main information about everything that I have in my tenant. So it's telling me when my trial expires. So I have like a few days of this demo being available for me, and I can check that, and I can talk to you guys, so I can buy another year, and you can have the list of all the licenses, how many of the licenses are used, use, how much of that was purchased. So I have a 25 user or licenses purchased inside this tenant, and I already used 24 of them. So I really need to think about expanding this tenant, or maybe buying a few more licenses for my company to grow. So this will be the point for the clients that already use Microsoft 365 to buy even more licenses with us. Okay, and and you have many other options as bills and payments, billing accounts, payment methods, and billing notifications. What is important right here, and I found that the question about the security center, and how does it work right here, really curious because it was hidden. So if you don't see many options in your admin account, you can just click in customize navigation, or just click on show all. When you click on show all, you see the complete menu for the admin. So the complete menu goes beyond what we just saw. As you can see, we have a connection with Azure ID, with Azure Active Directory, exactly to manage those types of admin roles. It actually explains to me what we expect from each type of admin. Like global admin has only a limited access to all management features and most data in all admin centers. So it's really important to understand that, and so on. So here's the support menu when where a user can use the support that we say we have like 24/7 support. You can create a request right here and ask for help, or you can check the contacts that you have in your region for talking via phone or via call. Okay. And of course, you saw that down there, many other admin centers show up. So we have many other admin centers for each of the applications we have. We have the security center, we have the compliance center, we have the endpoint manager, we have Azure Active Directory, of course, we have the Exchange admin center, we have the SharePoint admin center, and we have the Teams admin center. And for those of you wondering, okay, why if we have the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, what are these for? So this is for fine tuning. This is for administration or managing just this application. And of course, we're gonna jump right into the Microsoft Teams admin. The URL it's admin.teams.microsoft.com, and you'll see a similar interface that we were dealing with on Microsoft 365 Admin Center. But here you have options specifically for Teams, and I'm sure I'm going to solve many doubts that you guys have about interacting with outside contacts, interacting with guests. Can I make a call? Why I can't guy? Why I cannot send a text message to this other company? So first of all, an administrator has many options. You can choose how to manage all the teams inside your company. Uh, what are the types of things that they will be able to do? Okay. What are the users that we have? So this is going to be connected, of course, with Microsoft 365 and Azure Active Directory. So these are the same users, and you can view if they are connected with Teams, which options we have when we try to check them. So Adele, to follow up on our example, has quality reports, activity reports. They show me if she has a Teams license up to date and active, if she has a voice license and can be using voice to communicate with I don't know, clients and coworkers. So this is really interesting. You have, of course, the meeting policies. So if these groups can record, or if they cannot, if they can send like text messages on these types events, which are the configurations that I want to create for live events and the live event settings. Uh, you can also create an environment that interacts with phone numbers and the dialing system that the clients have. So this is possible also. And in organization-wide settings, you find the most searched feature on the Teams Admin Center, which is how to set up external access. Of course, you can add a whole domain to be able to have external access to your Teams tenant, and you can set up guest access also, and you can set up how it's going to happen. So my last client had a configuration for making private calls off. So my call with him was just to understand, and all he had to do to create a call with me, that I was a guest for him, was to manage this specific configuration. So you can see right here that we can allow IP video, allow screen sharing mode or not, entire screen, a single application. So this is really interesting. So right now, the fact that I'm sharing my screen and that I have full control, it's an option. It doesn't have to be this way. It can be the way your client needs and wants it to be. You can set up. You can even block the usage of gifs. For example, the company, it's a really conservative environment. It's for lawyers. We don't use gifs. We don't recommend gifs. We don't want to show them gifs. Right here you can, or GIFs, depending on our age. So right here you can choose that. So there are many configurations that you can have and that you can create to have the best environment and the best options for our clients. Seeing these options and seeing how this works, how you can manage everything, how everything it's inside one centralized control, it's really important. Everyone using the same identity to access every one of these apps. So if you're trying to use another application, for example, for remote working and communication, you're using any other application for making video calls. What is the main thing that you lose since you are probably a Microsoft client, since you probably use, for example, Windows 10 and Office in some way? Uh, you could be solving your video calls with the same identity, with the same safety, not with another password and another identity. So this is part of safety by design, compliance by design, privacy by design, using the same identity and having a center for configuring those choices that are really important for everything. So, for example, if you have application configurations separated from video calls configurations, you have an admin that has to have two different accounts that is dealing with two different manufacturers, two different companies with two different strategies for the future. You know, these are two different terms and conditions for you to accept. So centralized identity and centralized management and privacy and safety by design are part of our main core values. Okay, I truly invite you guys to extend your knowledge about Microsoft 365 Admin Center using every resource we have. We have even certifications specifically for Microsoft 365. Right now, I'm doing the Microsoft 365 fundamentals again to renew my accreditation. And there are many resources. Don't miss out on any of them. Don't miss out on recommending this to your clients so they can feel a little bit of the taste of this awesome solution, and you can of course understand much more about how this panel, how the center helps our clients centralize everything, and be ready for the future. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I truly hope to have much more opportunities with you to show even more configurations and even more details about our applications, our solutions. I truly invite you guys to do as I'm doing right now. Use the apps as an example with your customers. You know, as I'm using the subtitles right now, as I'm trying to use the morph feature inside PowerPoint. Selling solutions is really about showing and telling. This is why I'm really happy to do a demo because we have to show and tell. You have to be comfortable when you're telling your customers that they will have like a totally easy to manage to manage interface. So I hope we found that together, and with that, I'll jump into our space. I know I answered some of our questions during the presentation, but we of course had a specific moment for this. So, is there any specific questions that we have on the chat that you guys would like to have the answer? Krista,
Okay.
do we
No,
have any
for now,
news?
I think.
Okay, so
No,
this may
that's
be a
it.
good sign. So this may be a good sign.
Yeah, I think everything
Yeah,
is clear, probably.
yeah, because I know we have like a truly easy to understand interface. All we have to do is just to show you guys, and with this first step, I'm truly confident that everyone is ready to, to talk about this like every day. And I think right now, Luisa, is the moment that we will have our contest. Is that correct?
Yes, and right.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's the time to win for our clients. So if you want Krista to move on with the questions, but wait a second, Diego, we have questions from Lourdes. So she says, no, sorry, it's just about the recording. So yes, Lourdes, we will share the recording. If you register for the webinar, we will share the recording with you. Yeah, so Krista, if you want, move on with the questions, and I'll be ready in the chat to choose what is the client that answered correctly. So you are going to see questions with multiple answers, and please choose only one answer, the one that you consider that is correct, and put just the letter, if this is A, B, or C, in the chat, and I will check if this is correct.
Okay, drum roll.
Yes.
The first question is, on how many devices can somebody use Microsoft 365 Business Standard? We saw that on our presentation. Come on, guys. A, 5 devices, B, 10 devices, or C, 15 devices?
Yeah, so
You can
let's see. Okay, so the first question, sorry, the answer we have from Kevin Spence. So he's the, sorry, but Kevin answered A. So let's see,
Okay.
devices A. Everyone is saying 5 devices. Let's see.
let's see.
Eh, do you think that
Ta-ta-ra-ta.
it's 5 devices, or somebody else thinks something different between 5, 10, and 15 devices?
So
Do we
we're,
give
we're
do we do,
come
do we
on,
give
we're
them?
seeing. Let's give them one more try. One, come on,
Yeah.
persons. Let's see what you have.
Remember that when we're talking devices, we are so into our business that we only think about devices that we sell. Don't forget the mobile devices that make our life every day.
Yes,
Okay.
remember mobile, tablets, and also computers. So, okay, we have one correct. This is Tom Surik. So, please, Tom, if you can share your email to give you the price. And Edwin, I think that you are in the call. If you can please collect this data from clients, please.
Okay, we
So,
have a
yeah,
winner.
the right one, yes, it's
Yes, we do.
C, 15
So
devices.
we have a winner, 15 devices. Of course, you can install just to recap on up to 5 PCs and up to 5 smartphones and up to 5 tablets. Okay, next one. So our
Okay.
next question is, want to offer Office Home and Business 2019 to your clients. So um, option A, if they need cloud storage with OneDrive. Option B, if they only need classic Office apps. Or option C, if they want an annual subscription and the last updates of Office apps. Come on,
Okay,
time to win,
so
time
we
to win.
have George Sosa. He answered B. It's correct. So please, Tiago, tell us why this is the one correct.
Okay, so of course we don't have cloud storage with OneDrive on home and business, and we don't have an annual subscription. It's a one-time pay, which is really attractive for many customers. So don't forget that. Great answer. Thank you for that, and
Yes,
congratulations.
so please share your email in the chat and we can send you the Kaspersky code, please. Okay, so let's go with the last question, and after that we will have the virtual experience with Microsoft experts. So the idea is that you join us, please.
Okay, this one is easy, guys. Is Microsoft Teams available to Office Home and Business 2019 users? Option A, no. Option B, yes. I know you know.
Okay, so the
I
first
think
one
it's
who answered letter B was Kamar Richards.
Great,
So
congratulations.
great.
congratulations, guys.
Please, Kamar, can you share your email in the chat? So let's see. Yes, so Krista, can you please be pending on the Kamar's mail? Yeah, so let's move on, Tiago.
Let's move on with that. I'll stop sharing my screen so I can pass the ball to Luisa, and we can move on to our virtual experience. I'm looking forward. I'm really curious.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Thank you, Diego. So I'll share my screen a second to tell you how the virtual experience works and how we can access. So this is something new that we are trying with you. You are the first clients that are going to experience this virtual experience with Microsoft. So let me see over here. Yeah, so I'll share for a bit. We have a video that explains in detail how this experience is. So, Paola, if you can put, let me see, I don't know if Paola is, but I'm gonna put the link for you. So you will have the video, everyone will have the video to understand how to prove the experience. In addition, I'm going to show you how you can do it. It's very easy. You will see that you get closer to the avatar of everyone. You can talk as if you were in a real event. One second that my chat is charging. Yeah, so Paula already put the link. So here you have it. And we'll go to the virtual experience. So I'll give you this link in a second and you will move there. The idea is that when you there, it will close this Teams meeting. So you
Louisa,
won't have
Louisa,
double.
1 second. You're breaking up. You have to mute one of them. You have to mute the room because we can't hear you.
Sorry. So let me look for where to mute. Okay, so
I think
okay,
now
let
it's
me
better.
close the experience for now. Now, can you hear me?
Sure.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use the video. So let me play that. And let's put audio for you. Yeah, so the first step when you enter, sorry, let's see, maybe it's better in YouTube to don't get all the announcements. Yeah, so the first step is that you will enter to a room. So you should click on the pink button that it's enter to a room. Then you will have the option to choose what kind of avatar you want to use. Here you can choose any of them, and it's very important, please, that when it says name and avatar, put at the beginning, the first word should be the name of the company that you are working for, and the second word it's going to be your name. For example, in my case, it will be Incomex, that is the name of the company, and the second word will be Luisa, that it's my name. In that way, when you are getting closer in the experience, you can identify if somebody is from Microsoft, from Incomex, or from what company, and you can be socializing with that person. After that, after you have already selected your avatar, um, you you will check and click enter on a screen. It's important that you grant permissions for your microphone in order that you can speak to somebody else, and also that you test your audio. You will see that it's very easy. It's in this option that it says choose device. So you can choose if you has a headphone or if you have a different device that you can hear by that device. And at the end, you will say enter now. So now I'm gonna move to the virtual experience just to show you how to do it. So let's go to the virtual experience, and I'll put in a second the link if you haven't gotten in the chat. So as soon as I enter, I'll mute Krista in order to don't get double audio and to invite our clients. Yes, so I think that if I load the room, I'll mute myself. This is what you're gonna see in a second. It should be quick. And you will get also a boot from Microsoft. So you will, look at that. We already have clients. It's really good. So we can start to talk. So just let me to, okay, look at that. So I'm choosing my device as I explained you, and also the how to listen. Let's mute my microphone for now. And I am already in the experience, right? So the most important is remember that here you can edit your name and your avatar. So let's see, here I have Incomex Luisa, and I already choose an avatar. And if you want to move this point that you are seeing, the white color, this is me. And you can move with the arrows in the keyboard. So right now I'm using the arrows. If not, you can also move with the mouse. If you need additional information, remember we have the YouTube video, it's very short, and there we explain you how to move. So here you have the Microsoft booth, we have products, you can navigate them. And the most important, for example, here we have Osvaldo. If I want to move there, I would click the right button from my mouse and get closer. And if you have opened your microphone, I can start to talk to him. For now, I'm not gonna do because I want to that you enter and to talk with all of you. And here you will have some content, and you can increase the volume if you want to listen better or decrease. So let's interact for a bit. This is something different because we want to get it closer with you and to talk a bit. So that's the social part of the webinar. Do you have any question? If not, we can continue in the virtual experience.
Let's jump in.
Okay, let's try. If you like, we are going to ask you feedback. If you like, we can have a new event with this kind of tools. So let's try and to talk in the social part of the webinar.
Please, everyone, don't forget to put your name in the avatar.
Great. So see you in the experience. The link is in the chat. Thanks, everyone. See you there.
See you there. If you have any questions, you can chat in the chat box, and we are going to try to solve it for you.
Correct. Yes. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you again. See you over there.
Don't forget to change your name, please.
Thank you.